What's up everybody, my name's Chance and today we're diving into a tokens only deck. That's right, it's another onlys and this time it's the oh so lonely tokens. Now, we are playing majority permanents that create tokens within this deck, which is why we have Ominous Seas, Improbable, all that other fun stuff. But this deck, just like the Flash deck, just like the Enchantment deck, if you didn't tell me this was a token only deck, I wouldn't know it. It plays so beautifully, it works so well together. So diving right in, we have 4 copies of Omen of the Sea. This itself doesn't create tokens, but it procs all of our other token creators, right? So Ominous Seas, whenever you draw a card, put a foreshadow counter, right? Omen of the Sea helps with that. Obviously, whenever you get 8, you get this big 8/8 Kraken. Moving us down, you have Improbable Alliance. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 blue flying fairy, which is really good. Omen of the Sun, 3 mana flash, gets you 2 little 1/1 human tokens, gains you 2 life, have the ability to scry there later on. Thirst for Meaning, gonna allow you to draw a lot of cards, which procs your Ominous, procs your Improbable. It also allows you to discard an enchantment instead of discarding 2 cards, and obviously you have a lot of enchantments in this deck, as enchantments are, well, generally they're the token generators, right? Next up, we have 2 copies of Neutralize. Not only is this counter magic, but if you use this on your turn, then you can cycle it and use it for the Improbable Alliance, and it builds on the Ominous Seas as well. Felidar Retreat, because, yeah, we're playing token generators, right? So, 4 mana, get it down. Every time you play a land, you're either going to get a 2/2 white cat creature token, or a +1/+1 counter on all of your creatures, which obviously if you're playing a whole lot of tokens, that's really good. They gain vigilance until end of turn, so they can just swing all out for the big hoorah. Next up, we have Archon of Sun's Grace, 4 mana for this 3/4 flying lifelink Archon Pegasus type thing. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under our control, we're going to create a 2/2 white Pegasus creature token with flying. Now, of course, as long as Archon stays on the field, these Pegasi are going to have lifelink as well, right? And then this, of course, comes back to all of our enchantments, Ominous Seas, Omen, Improbable, all that kind of stuff. It's going to proc Archon while also creating its own tokens, right? Moving us down, we have 3 copies of Shatter and 2 copies of Storm's Wrath. These are for some pretty obviously board wipes, and you don't care about board wipes too much. Obviously, if you have an Archon down, you don't want to kill it, but, you know, you have the Improbable, you have Ominous, you have Felidar, you have other ways to get your creatures back. Speaking of getting things back and whatnot, Mythos of Illuna, you can either copy your opponent's stuff or copy your own token generators, right? Copy Outlaws, copy Felidar, copy Archon, all this stuff, really, really good. Outlaws Merriment, you're going to create a 3/1 to 2/1 or a 1/2 every single upkeep, and of course all those are going to have haste and do their own little sort of shenanigans, jig, dance, whatever you want to call it whenever they enter the battlefield. Shark Typhoon, 6 mana whenever it enters the battlefield, doesn't do anything. Whenever you cast non-creature spells though, you're going to create an XX Shark, where X is the CMC of that spell. Furthermore, you can cycle it and create a big shark that way as well, which helps with the draw of the Improbable, helps with the draw in the Ominous, and obviously playing it down as an enchantment helps with the Archon. So, moving us along, we have 1 copy of Sublime Epiphany, since this is technically a token generating card, right? You get to create a token. Anyways, also acts as counter magic, bounces your opponent's stuff. It's a big late game sort of swingaroo. Emeria's Call, you get to create 2 of the 4/4 white angel warrior creature tokens, and then all of your other creatures gain indestructible. All your other non-angels, I should say. So, again, token generator, and it acts as a land. So, that's going to pretty much do it for the deck. Hope you've been enjoying these new style of deck tech breakdowns, intros, whatever you want to call it. Hope you've been enjoying the video. If so, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section. Of course, if you're new here, you're enjoying the style of content that you're seeing, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon that pops out afterwards. That is the best way for you to stay up to date with all the latest videos here on the channel, which of course is the only place to find these kind of spicy decks. And it lets you know anytime we do a post about, hey, here's something extra, or here's a little finanza that we're doing, right? So be sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Be sure you're following along in the community section of the channel. Anyways, with all that being said and out of the way, we're going to go ahead and hop right into our match. Anyways, Lepus Lazuli, not Lapis, but Lepus. Opponent gets to go first. We got a questionable hand as far as lands go, but I'm liking the Omen. Neutralize can always be cycled if, you know, if it's not needed or whatever. So, yeah, I think this is okay. Almost want to go ahead and drop the Fabled in hopes that we'll find a Plains or something to turn that Castle Ardenvale online. But if not, we can drop that next turn. We can grab blue mana here. Maybe, you know, increase our odds of getting there. It's funny because the deck... Oh no, I did that so wrong, but thankfully I don't think it'll matter here. So we did find another mana there, and it's going to be blue-red. I think we dropped this as blue. Definitely grabbing white here, I think. Grab planes, that allows the castle to come down untapped. We can go ahead and pass it back to the opponent. Nothing really is going to happen here. The only thing we're losing out on is the ability to use Neutralize as a cycle, which, not going to lie, I probably wasn't going to anyway, so not a huge deal. But yeah, you know, turn 3 Omen, decent. Turn 4, probably Archon, maybe. We'll have the double white mana for Archon and Outlaws, so... but Outlaws is an enchantment, which procs Archon, so you generally, you know, order of things. I want to keep that in mind. Anyways, opponent's playing Sultai here. Let's go ahead and use this, because I'm tired of it proccing, so... And it's not like it's revealing any additional information to them, is it? Well, it tells them that we're playing some white mana as well. It tells them we're not just Izzet, we're Jeskai, but... Not that important, honestly. So... I don't think it really matters what we drop here. We can just drop the castle next turn regardless, so let's just drop red. And pass it back to them. We still have the Omen, they don't have any creatures, we don't have any creatures, so... Alrighty. Pass. Use the Omen. Got some extra wild cards, and it seems like a fun dealio. Yeah, just, you know, don't spend all your wild cards, because we got the next set coming soon, but... Yeah, if you see something and you enjoy it, why not? Why not pick it up? Now, being Sultai, yeah. You're gonna make sure that we can't do too much. Do I chum block here? I don't think so. It's only 2 damage. Sultai's not an aggro kind of deck. We can chum block later, potentially, and, you know, block out more damage for that same value, that same 1/1 token, so to speak. So, do I want to go... I think I want to go for the Outlaw, or the Archon. Sorry, so many names. They're very low on mana. Obviously, Archon is a white spell, so they can't have something like Mystical Dispute counter it. So, I'm feeling pretty safe in that. Now, they could turn around and have more removal. There's nothing you can do about that. You just hope. I mean, I guess you could save for 7 mana where you could have Neutralize and Archon available, but yeah, you can't always play so defensively. I can't. You might can, but if you're going to do that, I recommend you play a Yorion deck. A Snorion, Boreon, Yorion deck. By the way, I hate on a lot of decks in commentary. Mono Red, Yorion, Gruul, you know, basically whatever I'm facing off against. It's all in good faith. It's all in good love. I love playing all kinds of decks in Magic. Control, aggro, mid-range, you know, tempo. They all have their own unique benefits, downfalls, and I like exploring each and every variant of the colors as well as decks within those, right? So it's all in good love. I like to talk a little shit, you know. It's just in the mannerisms. Anyways, Archon got dealt with. It saddens me, but it's okay. We're gonna get down in Outlaws, and then maybe we use Mythos and copy it. You know, it's okay. You turn over and you leave. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some additional blue mana. It's no secret to us that that's what we're doing, and if it means I don't draw that blue mana, hey, cool beans, because we're already at 5. This will be 6 here. That's good enough for right now. Makes me happy, you know. Granted, 7 is that magic key of playing Mythos and Neutralize together, which isn't a bad position. We should also be a little worried about health, given we're getting a little low. They could bounce Outlaws here. That would be horrible. Don't do it. Just create your little 2/3. There you go. Thank you. Sometimes you just gotta coax them into it, you know. Sometimes they just need a little talking to. Alright, so Temple of Enlightenment. I feel a little enlightened already. Now, we could copy their Ashiok, but we can't copy their Ashiok plus counter stuff, right? Because we just don't have that kind of mana, realistically. Really don't want them to bounce my Outlaws Merriment. You know, I'm a little worried about that. Since we're not going to be at 7 regardless, I'm going to go ahead and play that. Another Outlaws Merriment. Well, I'm not bottoming that. You're crazy if you think I am. Next turn will be to the Magic 7, which means we could play Merriment plus Neutralize, which means I almost want to go for the Mythos here, copy their Ashiok. I'm doing it, whatever. It's a token. It's a token. I'm happy they didn't have a Mystical Dispute there. So do we want to return it or do we want to create a token? Because, you know, that really plays well into what we're playing. I think we return it, don't we? Otherwise, they're just going to return ours. So this way, it causes them to sink all of their mana into replaying that Ashiok if they want it, right? And it also makes them discard / exile a card. So, wahaha. They're just going to get rid of the swamp. They're feeling a little flooded. That's fine. Now, what do we do here with you guys? Do we attack? Do we defend? I think we defend. We got an Ashiok on the board. And if they don't play their Ashiok and bounce our Ashiok, then, you know, things remain. The more they change, the more they remain the same. So, let's see what you got for me, Lazuli. They are replaying the Ashiok. You better be glad I didn't have, you know, a single blue mana up and a Mystical Dispute. Of course, that's a lot of ifs and buts and candies and nuts. They did return it, sort of, you know, made me discard. What are we exiling? Are we also exiling the land? Because we are at 6, which is enough for these guys, but this is the land that allows me to use Neutralize plus that, and I really enjoy that combination. Let's get rid of the Thirst for Meaning. Boop. Alright, now they also have the 2/3 and the 3/3 that they can swing in with. The 3/3 can get a little bigger, or no, it can't, because we only use tokens, so we shouldn't ever have creatures minus Archon in our graveyard, right? The 2/3 is going to swing in. Oh no, I forgot about that. I forgot about them just taking my Merriment, so I probably should have gotten rid of the land there and kept the card draw. Sorry, everybody. Alright, so take out that. What do we get here? Deal 1 damage. Cool beans. Boop. Let's ping that Ashiok, so it's down to 1 life. Improbable Alliance. Hey, that's not too shabby. Play this down. We can't draw this turn unless I want to cycle my Neutralize, and honestly, it being a Sultai deck, I just don't think I want to, you know? Let's get down some additional red mana, because you never know. We can always sacrifice the Omen as well. So I think we just pass it along. They're going to create a 2/3 here, but it won't be able to attack. So if we get another 1/2 on the next turn, you know, we can keep that Ashiok kind of low. Yep, there's the 2/3. Easy decision there. I can also use Castle Vantress, so we'll have to watch for that, as that can make it seem as though they have procs when they really don't. Scavenging Ooze. Do we chum block? No. No blockerinos. Because if we get a big enough creature, well, if we get the right creature, we can take out that Ashiok, right? If we get another 1/2 with haste, deal that damage. Okay, so they're passing it to my turn. Let's sacrifice the Omen of the Sun. Get our Scry on. Now, they may have an instant speed they want to play here. I hope not. More land, don't want that. Ominous Seas. I don't really want that either. We're not at the card draw level that I'd like to be, so Scry them both away. Alright, we could cycle Neutralize, but if we're going to do that, we should really do it on my turn, so. We got the 2/1. Yeah. Felidar's alright. Still leaves us mana for the Neutralize, so that's good. And especially if they plan on countering Felidar here, then, you know, all is swell in the land of chance. If we swing at the Ashiok, 2/3 blocks the 2/1, and then 1/2 hits Ashiok, keeps it at 1 health. Ashiok makes the 2/3 next turn. They also get to ding us for 5, puts us down to 8. So is that worth it? I don't think so. I think we got to keep our line here, keep our counter magic. We need to find either some card draw or something to get us off the ground here. A land nowadays isn't even that bad because, you know, we're creating tokens with the Outlaw, so when we play the land, we just give those tokens counters, and then they become a little bit more menacing, you know, 2/1 into a 3/2, 1/2 into a 2/3. A little bit more bang for your buck, so to speak. And that Ooze, like I said, can't get too big because there's not a whole lot of creatures for it to feed off of, so to speak, right? Anyways, let's see what you got, Lazuli. If nothing else, I'm having a great fun time here. So if they go to attack, we just let it happen. I'm fine going down to 10. At least they're not using their 2/3, so they're not like, they're not exiling cards, right? They're not milling us a little bit, which of course that'd be slow mill. It's still kind of nice. All right, back to my turn. We're not using that Neutralize. I don't care how obvious it is. Another land. Ooh. Alright, we do have the Castle Ardenvale. We could also create a token. Can we do that now? Do I want to create a token and then play the land? What does that leave us with? Still leaves us with enough for Neutralize. Yeah. What? That sounds fantastic. Let's buff up 4 units instead of 3. Put a +1/+1 and Vigilance, because heck yeah, man. Still have enough for the Neutralize, and now I think we can swing all at the Ashiok. Even if they block here, we're still going to deal 2. We're still going to heal for 6, so definitely getting back in it. Of course, they'll exile a few cards here or there, but taking out their little army here is going to be fantastic. They may just let it go through and keep all the defenders, as they know that, you know, this Ashiok's got to go sometime. Now, we could counter this Heartless Act. I don't think that that's what we want to do. You know? remove 1/+1/+1 counter for 2 mana. Nah, let it happen. They're gonna take out the 3/2 trade Arena there. They hit an Omen and another Neutralize and a Shatter and an Emeria's Call. And not horrible. The Emeria's Call we really could have used, you know, but when can't you? You know what I mean? So that's all right. They're gonna scry 2 here with the castle. Do it. Play something, I dare you. Of course, if they're a smart person, they probably have counter magic available and they're like, no, I'm going to play something and counter your counter. Right, because we've pretty obviously been holding counter magic this whole time, right? Shark Typhoon. Oh, and they have the Triome ready, so I'm guessing one of their cards is a Mystical Dispute, especially since it's proc in here. Are we seeing the Mystical? We're not. Oh, wow, that hurts. For them. For us, it's beautiful. I always commentate things from the opponent's point of view. I'm sorry. Who cares about them? It's all about me. Hey, Mizen. Hope you're having a good day. What is it? It's Sunday? You told me you were off Fridays and Wednesdays, but for some reason I'm like, he's also off on Sundays just because I feel like everyone should be off on Sundays. I'm not off on Sundays, but it's a general feeling for me. Now, we could use Improbable to, you know, cycle this away. We're going to use the Storm's Wrath more than likely for sure. I know that sounds very hesitant, but like we get to create tokens every time. So if we can just take out their Ashiok, then why the heck not, man? Let's deal some damage first if we can. Make them maybe psych out, think that we have an Embercleave. You know, my tactics aren't necessarily always completely 100% rational / logical, but I like to think that they're good-spirited. So we're going to exile a few more of our own cards here. We're fine. We have so many. Omen of the Sea? I didn't want that anyways. Shatter and another Storm's Wrath? Well, you know what? We're about to Shatter and Storm's Wrath everything right now, so it's all good. Dealing that 1 extra damage, healing that extra health, that's what it's all about. Let's drop the Storm's Wrath. Even if they have some kind of magical ability here, yeah, I was about to say, she shouldn't give them too much of an edge. All right, so we've drawn a lot of lands. We have our Merriment down. We're creating our tokens. We have Improbable Alliance that can potentially go off, you know, at any given time. Felidar, I think with this card, let's get a little more red mana. Although I feel like maybe the white is better given we have the castle. I just, you know, I'm the kind of person that likes to have things even. You see 3 colors, I like to kind of have 3 colors. Swingaroo. Now, we can use Improbable Alliance. The problem is it's going to make us immediately discard. So if we use it, it's literally just creating 1 single token, and it could be at the cost of a really good card. And since we've drawn so many lands so far, I don't think I'm going to do it. They're going to scry. Man, I'm so tempted to. It does give us a 1/1. It's not lethal. It's not lethal. Though we could build on that 1/1 if we draw into another land. But we've just drawn so many lands here recently. I have good reason to believe that the next one will be something fantastic. Of course, they also milled us, so maybe we're due for another few lands. Yeah, that's the problem with mill. They always... all of my hard work down the drain. Alright, well... Yeah. Yeah. Repepip? Repepip? I don't know. Shatter. Ominous, Storm's Wrath. I like all these things, so we're going to keep this hand. We can get the Ominous down early. Shatter can come in and wipe some stuff out, or you know, Storm's Wrath can, depending if they have Planeswalker or not. They have a Kihira over there on the side. We're gonna lead out with the Temple as it comes in tapped, and we definitely want to get to that Ominous Seas. We'll take the land. So we're gonna need double white for the Shatter if that's our dreams, double red for the Storm's Wrath. We have double white here already. We have red in the Needle Verge, so Fabled could grab us red and that will be double red, but we also need double blue later. So we could also use Emeria's Call for white mana. Of course, we have one bit of blue, so if this is red, we'll see. we're nowhere near that point quite yet, so let's just let things play out. We are for sure dropping this as red mana though, and then we have the Fabled to come in as a wild card, so to speak. All right, Repepep, you're playing a Kihira deck. I see some cycling. I don't know what's happening, but I'm interested. I'm curious and I'm interested. Alright, red mana. We do have the Thirst for Meaning we can use come their turn, and we shall. And then Fabled. If they don't have any creatures down, and we don't have any reason to Shatter or Storm's Wrath, we can always use Felidar. Really digging your lands here. Some nice ones. So we can either discard one of these, or we can discard 2 cards. Given they haven't played any creatures yet, I'm almost tempted to just discard a land into Storm's Wrath, maybe? Do I want to discard the island, though? That is our other blue source. Of course, getting rid of this means we don't need another red source. Sure. Sure. I could go on for days and days. There's some extra counters for the Ominous Sea, so that's good. Thirst Remaining. Didn't even think about that. I mean, I thought about it when building the deck. I didn't think about it when playing. I was like, let's draw some cards. But hey, you know, that's nice too. So, Ominous Sea is already up to 5. We are so close to that 8/8 Kraken. I can almost smell the scaly bastard. Now, we could bolt this down and get a Felidar down, and then that leaves us the ability to play this Felidar and play into a Fabled next turn. Of course, we could always play Fabled. No, because we would need to use it, right? Alright, let's just do this. It sounds fun. It sounds cool. Sounds like what the kids would do nowadays. So let's see if Felidar can make it past their mana stuff. It does. I'm very curious as to what they're playing, because they've given us... Okay, more cycling. More cycling. But they're not playing like the regular cycling. They're playing like this weird semi-usable. I don't want to say semi-usable, but that might give people the wrong idea that they want to go play this deck. And I don't think you want to play the deck that the opponent is playing right now. So we're going to drop our other Felidar. If it will, it can, it does. It hits. We're going to create several little 4/4 or 2/2 beasts here. Sorry, I don't know where I got the 4/4 from. We have double white. We have 1 red. We have 1 blue. I am going to give us some more blue. I want some more blue mana. And create some more tokens. That's what we're all here for, am I right? Token. Alrighty. Show me... No? Okay. They're being so mysterious in the fact that they are playing absolutely nothing. So I could get down the Improbable Alliance and then look to cycle the Shark Typhoon, or I could just go for the Archon. Either way, I think we swing in first and foremost. Also, Ominous Sea's next turn, or next card draw, is going to be a Kraken, or able to be a Kraken. Yadaro, Easy Prey. What are they looking for? They're just gonna end up Zenith Flaring me in the face, aren't they? Just gonna get 17 cards in the graveyard and then easy peasy lemon squeezy. Well, the nice thing, since they cycled all their cards away, I feel a little bit better about dropping an Archon now. I feel like you don't have that counter magic that I was worried about you having. And this is why you wait until your opponent's in step to do things such as cycling and drawing cards, all of that like miscellaneous, playing creatures, right? If it's not directly interacting with your opponent's spells or with how the turn is going to turn out, essentially, play it at the end. By the way, if you're loving the knowledge and the funny jokes and the great gameplay here that you receive in the one and only spot, be sure you hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon that pops out afterwards. It's the best way to support the channel, support me personally. Helps me feel better about myself mentally. That's a lie. I already feel great about myself. Y'all should know that. I do appreciate it though. We're nearing 10,000 subscribers, so that's a really cool little landmark. Now here, we're actually not going to play anything. I mean, you know what? I take that back. We're going to drop an Improbable Alliance because that's fun. But we're not going to play the other Archon because there's no reason to. We can cycle the Shark Typhoon if we want to. If they board wipe us, you know, we cycle Shark Typhoon, get a creature down, or create a Kraken. I think we have this game in the bag though. The opponent's playing some very strange Kahira cycling deck, in which case it didn't actually end up playing really anything. But you know what? It gave me a great space to talk about the deck. And hey, now you're an all-star. Get your show on. We still have lethal, but that was cool. I'm inspired a little bit. Anyways, you know, we got to talk a little bit about the deck. We got to show a lot of the cool aspects because we didn't get it countered. So that's all fun in games. Of course, we're gonna create an 8/8 Kraken. We have the means. People didn't come here to not see a Kraken. Are you crazy? Good game, Repepep. I'll never know how to say your name, let's be honest, unless you come out here and tell me. Nissus. I like it. We need to go first here. We do have some card draw in the Thirst and cycle from the Shark Typhoon. Yeah, I'm game. Let's keep. We got an easy island to drop off here on the bat. And, you know, shout out to Bob Ross again. These islands are amazing. Well, I guess let's go ahead and drop some white mana for the Felidar. You never know. We could cycle Shark Typhoon early here, go looking for a little more land, but I think with the Thirst for Meanings, we'll be all right. So, opponent's probably thinking we have an Omen of the Sea, but we don't. It's a Shark Typhoon. It's two Shark Typhoons. We're showing like we have counter magic, so I'm not going to play anything. Obviously, then that says, hey, I don't have this. So it's a Loot Tree deck. And they have a Luminarch Aspirant. This is so strange. It's up to a 3/3. I think we just take it. No biggie here. Still hold up our counter magic. Selfless Savior coming down. Alright, Thirst remaining. Go. Now we either have to discard 2 or discard an enchantment. I can discard a Shark Typhoon, but I'm not going to get the shark out of it, but we are drawing 2 cards essentially instead of 1 for it. Next turn we're going to be up to 4 mana. It's enough for a Mythos, so I could copy their Luminarch. I think I have to get rid of a Shark Typhoon here. I want the land for sure. Archon. Ooh, Archon's really spicy too, almost to the point that I just want to play that sucker down, and I think I am. Let's do it. Archon, would you please please return to the front of the board state, sir, or horse thing, Flying Pegasus, please. Let's hope they don't have immediate removal for it. Y'all know how it goes nowadays in Magic. You play a card, it immediately gets exiled or destroyed or blown up or taken. It's a 4-color deck. I am surprised and not surprised. Alright, so Archon dealt with pretty quickly. That was fun, gotta say. I haven't lived whole total 15 seconds in the spotlight there. Might should have played Felidar first and then played that land. You know, argument could definitely be made for that one. We're so close to just dropping that Shark Typhoon just right on them. I'm going to copy your Luminarch. It looks kind of cool. I'll take one for myself. Thank you. Now, this won't stop their Luminarch from attacking, but it will stop their Selfless from attacking. Right? And then later, maybe we can use Shark Typhoon to deal with stuff. We'll see. We're kind of walking on thin ice now because their Luminarch is getting a little scary. How many cards? They got a lot of cards. They got a lot of cards. And I got to say, for them to have so many cards in the deck, they certainly are just hitting their lands pretty evenly. It's kind of magical for them to have 200 something cards, and here we are. So we can cycle the Shark Typhoon and block Ooh, Shatter off the top. That's enough, actually. You know, cycle Shark Typhoon, Shatter their skies. Alright, that's what we're doing. Again, might should have played the Felidar and then played the land. But then I wouldn't have the knowledge of knowing that I had the Shatter the Sky, I guess. Whatever. So they are going to be able to use the Selfless to protect themselves from danger here. 1, 2, 3. Auto pay. This 3/3 doesn't really matter because we are going to just block the Luminarch. Although, if we block into the Selfless, they got a Croxa too? This is so crazy. If we were to block into the Selfless, then there's nothing to protect the Luminarch when we Shatter the Skies, but we're also going down to 1 life. So if in their crazy deck they have some bit of just shocking bolting action, you know, then we're in for a little bit of trouble. So if I Shatter, we only have 2 mana left over. We actually don't have anything to follow that up with. I need something else besides just Shatter. They have dealt enough damage now. I need a little more action. So Felidar can't go into the Shatter. Felidar Thirst doesn't do too much for us. Shatter, 3 mana, Thirst or Neutralize still won't help us. That's a GG. Damn you. We just lost to like a 280 card Lutri deck.